Welcome to the final episode of our Cunard Queen Victoria, Spain and Portugal pre-Christmas cruise. In this episode, we visit the fabulous city of Vigo in Spain and spend 2 sea days en route to our final destination of Southampton. We also discuss why we think this is a great option for a pre-Christmas cruise.
A day at sea on our way to Vigo, our last port of call, sadly, isn't it? We've had some fantastic ports of call on this cruise.
It's been great. I mean, we've had everything we hoped for. Not only has the ship been all dressed up all Christmassy, but all the places we've been going to as well. We've seen some amazing light shows.
Yes, we have. The beauty of this cruise has been that had some ports that have got late departures. So our biggest tip, if you're planning a pre-Christmas cruise, is to look at the times you're in port so you can enjoy the ports in the day and at night. And that's been the beautiful thing. We've had that in Malaga and we had that in Lisbon, and that was pretty special, wasn't it?
Christmas lights are rubbish in the daytime.
They are.
I don't think you needed that tip.
No, they are.
But the places just absolutely transform when it comes to the night time.
Yeah, and the atmosphere was brilliant, wasn't
Amazing,
it?
yeah.
So the captain's just done his speech and he says it might be a bit showery today. We're heading north again, aren't we now? So towards not so good weather as we've had. But the seas are very calm and the sun is trying to come out, as you can see here. It's trying very hard. But it's pretty mild. As you can see, we're just in our t-shirts and our trousers. It's obviously not sunbathing weather. But it looks like the sun has actually come out. So we're going to have a wander around this beautiful ship, go and grab some bite to eat, meet up with friends, do a few quizzes and enjoy our day at sea.
Well, do a few quizzes or lose at a few quizzes. There's a team on here, and I'm not going to cast aspersions because apparently they are subscribers to our YouTube channel, but they win every day. Stop it.
So we're just going to stay here for a little while and admire this beautiful view.
After enjoying the views from our balcony, it was time for lunch.
Minute steaks, is that then, and pork loin?
Steak and chips, bit of pork. It's very nice. I saw a man with some peas, but I couldn't see where he got them
Peas?
from. Yeah, but he must have gotten them. He might have had it in the salad sections. They do weird things like that, don't they?
Cold peas. And lunch with a view. Well, I spotted tom yum soup, so I'm going to start with that. And Paulie's saying his steak's pretty spectacular.
It's only a little skinny one, because it's a minute steak. The flavour is beautiful.
So I've gone to the roast, but just smell very special.
So I went to get the bowl to put my pudding in, and then I saw this lady with the big bowl.
Okay.
And I thought, where'd she get that from? And it was one for the salads.
Okay. Oh my god. So what have you got in there? So that's a cookie.
It's a hot chocolate cookie.
Oh my gosh.
With a little bit of ice cream. And she said to me, well, you won't get any ice cream in that little bowl, will you? I said, I know, I'm an amateur.
Oh, tuck in then, Paul. That looks awesome.
Oh my.
Isn't that good?
Oh, it's fabulous, man.
Oh,
I've got to lie down after each of it.
I think so.
After lunch, in an attempt to walk off 7,000 calories of cookie dessert, we went for a walk to show you a few more venues on this fabulous ship. First up, on deck 9, just past the buffet and the winter garden, you'll find the pavilion pool. Also on deck 9 is a very well stocked gym, as you can see here. The opening hours are 6 AM until 8 PM. Next to the gym, you'll find the Mariel Wellness and Beauty Spa. For the latest spa prices, check out our website where you'll find a list of all the treatments available. Just head to paulandcarollovetotravel.com. The spa opening hours are 8 AM until 10 PM. We thought it would also be a good idea to show you around the Royal Court Theatre, as it was all quiet with no rehearsals going on. We think this is one of the most beautiful theatres at sea, and we love the private boxes that you could book for special occasions at a very reasonable price. We covered the private boxes in an earlier episode.
So then we met Ken and Lindsay in the Winter Garden because we thought to stay at sea we're just going to chill out and have a chat and play some cards. So Ken had played crib before but Lindsay hadn't. So we spent the afternoon teaching Lindsay how to play crib and had a really good time, didn't we?
We had a really good time, and that was punctuated before the cribbage started. There was another quiz in the garden lounge in the Winter Garden, so I'll get it right at some point. But again, so busy we had to sit at the little bar in the Winter Garden on bar stools because there was nowhere to sit, and once again we got third. We did again, and the two teams on a joint score.
Yeah.
And they even had the same answers for the tie breaks.
Yeah.
So we came a very respectable
third. And it was great fun again with DJ Lily, a good old sing-along. And we've got to give a shout out to the staff at the Winter Garden because they are just great fun. And Andrew and Heidi have looked after us so well, always with a smile on their face, so thank you so much. And it's a great lounge, we love it in there because the seats are really comfy, access to the pool area, so if you want to go up and have a look, well, it's got large windows with sea views, so you don't seem to be missing out on if there's a sunset coming, you can spot it and run out, which is what obviously those that follow our stuff know that I'm a sucker for a sunset. So while we've been on board, we've had lots of people come up and say hi, so thank you ever so much for everyone that's taken the time to come and sit and chat, because it's been lovely. And one of the people was Tim's Travel Guides, who had really sort of known about us, but a friend of his was a massive fan, who said please go and find Paul and Carol and have a chat and get a picture, which we did. So if you're watching, Tim, thanks so much for coming and saying hi, because we had a lovely chat, didn't we? All about YouTube. And
we did.
And then we just decided we better go and get ready because it was time for...
Oh no, there was something very important that happened before that.
What?
We were getting a little bit peckish, and I popped into the buffet and they had sausage rolls.
Oh yeah, they did.
And
yes,
they
hot
were
sausage
so
rolls.
Good.
Yes. And then it was time for 20s night.
We did it the other way around today. Rather than get ready and then eat, we ate and then got ready. So once we got ready, we were good to just go straight out and enjoy the rest of the night. They've got a fabulous pizza station on here where they make you pizza to order, and there's a massive list of ingredients, you name it. They got 4 different types of bases, different sauces, meat, vegetarian, you name it, they got it. And you just fill out a little order form and then they knock it up, and it usually takes about 10 or 15 minutes. And at the same place, they've also got a live pasta station where if you go up and ask for a pasta dish, they will also cook that fresh to order, and you tick off your ingredients. And I had
a spaghetti bolognese, and it was lovely. Really enjoyed it. So with our finery on, as you can see here, we headed to the Commodore Club, which is one of our favourite places to go on an evening, isn't it? Just to sit and chat.
The late evening as well, and when Pierre Eugene's on as well, and it's just a perfect lounge music. It's not too late, you can still have a chat, but if you want to listen to the music you can. We were all flappered up and ready to go.
We were.
I was still so stuffed from being full of pizza.
Yes.
But we had a lovely chat.
Two other guys were in the Commodore Club. I popped to the theatre to have a look at this guy called Ryan Malloy, and they were doing with two other singers with him, and they were doing like a Frankie Valli type set. So I went in there and just sort of stood towards the back to have a look at that, and that sounded really good, and the crowd seemed to be really, really enjoying it. So I stayed there for a few songs and just listened to that, and then went back to the Commodore Club. But I think we were all absolutely tired, aren't we?
Yeah.
Absolutely sort of got to we've been on here like 10 days now, and we've had quite a few late nights, haven't we? And a few beers, and I think we sort of hit the wall, didn't we?
Yeah,
really?
I think it's hanging out with people that are quite a bad influence. I'm not going to name names, but they're from Somerset.
But anyway, we came back to the cabin, and there was the famous Christmas movie on that Bob loves, Die Hard.
So, answers in the comments to put Bob out of his misery. Is Die Hard a Christmas film? Yes or no? Good morning, good morning. We spent the whole night to good morning.
Good morning to you. Anyway, we are in Vigo. You don't need to hear me sing. And sadly, look what appeared in our cabin last night. No. We've got 2 days left, though, so we're not going to get depressed about that yet, are we? We've
Come on, let's show you.
Yes, we've just arrived in Vigo. And we're on our way to explore. But this is the view of Vigo that we've got. So we're obviously facing out from the town. The town's over there. So we're going to go now meet Ken and Lindsay and go for a mooch and see what Vigo in Spain has to offer.
Yes, let's go to Vigo. Today we are in the Spanish port of Vigo from 7:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. After another delicious hearty breakfast, we headed off to see what our final port had to offer. As you can see, Vigo is a very easy port to self-explore, as the ship docks right next to the city. Within 5 minutes you're right in the thick of it, with easy access to shops, restaurants and bars. Vigo is in the province of Pontevedra. It's located in the northwest of the Iberian Peninsula, on the southern shore off an inlet to the Atlantic Ocean. It has a population of just under 300,000 people. Vigo is packed with museums, churches and even a fortress, and some of the original walls which were built to protect the city in 1656 still remain. Vigo is also the birthplace of Pedro Alonso, who starred in the Netflix hit Money Heist. Vigo has a vibrant art scene and lively nightlife, and an historic port that dates back to Roman times, and is still a thriving industrial and fishing port. We were quite confused by this statue of what looks like Voldemort. If you know what or who it is, please tell us in the comments. Vigo is very hilly, and after walking for a while, some of which on some very handy escalators, we stop for some refreshments before exploring more of this fabulous city. We had a fabulous time exploring Vigo with Ken and Lindsay, and seeing another beautiful city all dressed up for Christmas was an absolute treat.
So after a fantastic day out in Vigo with Ken and Lindsay, another great port. This cruise has had lots of great ports, hasn't it? It's been absolutely fantastic.
I think the thing that's made it as well, because it's a Christmas cruise, just like Die Hard's a Christmas movie, staying later in the ports and seeing the Christmas lights has been an absolute joy. Yeah, great itinerary, definitely do it again, but if you're thinking about doing a pre-Christmas cruise in this neck of the woods, I would thoroughly recommend it.
Yeah, and Cunard has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't it, on lots and lots of levels. To the Lido buffet, and we got some a hot dog and a chicken burger, and enjoyed that in the sunshine because we've had some fantastic weather too, which has made us warmed our bones before getting back into the UK to all the cold weather. Here he is.
A little snack.
Got your thatch to go though, Paulie? What's the matter?
I don't
Oh.
know.
It's naughty Ken again.
He's a naughty boy.
So while the boys watched a bit of football, Lindsay and I went up on deck and watched the lovely sail away from Vigo. Just as we were playing cards and stuff, Lindsay and I noticed there was a fantastic sunset happening outside. So we left the boys there and we headed off outside and saw this. So again, we decided to go down to have a look at the menus in the MDR. Well, Ken popped down to have a look at the menu and came back with a snapshot. And again, we all sat there thinking it just didn't light our fire. But what did light our fire was the Indian buffet.
So in shock news just then, we went to the buffet again, but like Carol said, it was an Indian buffet. It was fabulous.
It was.
They had poppadoms, they had naan breads, they had roti breads, they had lots of different curries, meat curries, vegetable curries, they had pakoras, they had bhajis.
It was just so
pickles.
tasty.
Oh, it was fabulous.
It was absolutely fabulous. Right, so then we decided to go to the Golden Lion pub, which was absolutely packed. I managed to get a few seats for the quiz, which is all about movies.
Movies trivia. How did we do, Annie?
Well, I was on another team with these two random men who, if you're watching, hi. We were just chatting away, and I didn't get your names or anything, but I had a good fun there because there were 7 of us and only 6 can be in a team. So I said I don't mind moving and talking to random strangers, which I quite enjoy doing.
In a massive twist of irony, we got 19 out of 20 in the movie trivia quiz. The one question we got wrong, Carol got right in her team.
Yeah.
And we had 19 out of 20, and we thought, well, if we don't win this now with 19 out of 20, we're never going to win a quiz. and we didn't win.
No.
We come second again, same team again, 20 out of 20.
Yeah. And while everyone was just after the quiz there, I decided to go to the theatre and watch a bit of the Deck Your Halls.
Deck the Halls.
Deck the Halls. And that was basically the third show from the production team that was showcasing just Christmas classics. And it was lovely, getting everyone in the Christmas spirit, and they just went through a series of songs, no story to it, just a lot of very Christmassy songs. And as we've said in the past, even though we're a bit critical of their last show, the vocal talent on stage and the dancers, it was absolutely excellent. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. And you were really burnt out, weren't you? Really, really tired.
I was feeling a little bit jaded, to say the least.
Yeah.
And I said to Carol, I said, mate, you can do what you want, but I really need to go and have a lie down. And it was only about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I came up to bed and had a lie down, put the telly on. Love Actually was on again. I think it's been on about 5 times since we've been on this cruise, but it doesn't matter because you can never watch Love Actually too much.
And I went to the casino with Ken and Lindsay, and I managed to turn $20 into 19 cents.
More financial tips from Paul and Carol.
We woke up just in time for sunrise. Luckily for me, this time of year the sun doesn't rise until 8:30 a.m. in this part of the world. After a chilled morning in the cabin catching up with some work, we headed off to meet the gang at the Golden Lion pub. As Carol had us all together, she wanted to take a nice photo as a memory of a fabulous cruise with amazing friends. It didn't go to plan. Sadly, since collaborating with Michel Roux, Cunard has started charging for some items in the Golden Lion. But as you can see from the menu, some items are still complimentary. We chose to start with the beer brine smoked ham hock fritters, which were delicious. Carol chose a Playman's for her main, which looked very underwhelming. It looked like a child's portion, though apart from the cheese, which was rock hard, it was all very tasty. I chose fish and chips, which on first inspection looked fabulous, but sadly the fish was very undercooked and some of the batter was actually raw. But on a positive note, they were now stocking Thatcher's Gold in the pub. Whoop whoop! We then headed to the Queen's room to listen to a radio play charting Cunard's history and the role they played in the Second World War. We then headed up one deck to get a bird's eye view of Cunard's iconic afternoon tea dance.
3 crew members. Hundreds of thousands of GIs were ferried to Europe. Every space on the liners was put to use.
Next up was a euchre tournament with Ken and Lindsay, where the ladies, for the first time of the cruise, were victorious. It was then time to do the thing we most hate near the end of a cruise.
Sadly, it's that time. We've come back in and our steward has put the suitcase thing on the bed. So we need to get packing.
The subtle hint that says, get your stuff and get off.
Not quite yet.
No,
But the cases have to be out between 5 and 11 p.m. So we're going to get packed up now and then go back out.
After the dreaded packing, we headed to the buffet. You may have noticed we like the buffet on Queen Victoria. For our final dinner of the cruise, I chose a very strange concoction of gyros with cheese and biscuits, and Carol had a delicious pasta bolognese. After dinner, we caught up with the gang in the Commodore Club before going to the Queen's room for tonight's entertainment, the Frankie and the Dreamers party night, which was very entertaining. finished the night by trying to break the bank in the casino. As you can see, it didn't go our way.
So Paulie's put all the money in this machine, but look who's reaping the rewards. Ah!
We were soon back in Southampton and up early to get breakfast in the Britannia restaurant and bid a fond farewell to the rest of the gang. As you can see, there is an extensive breakfast menu in the Britannia restaurant, and we have to say the food and service were both excellent. If you're looking for a pre-Christmas cruise, then this ship and the itinerary really does tick all the boxes. Getting the chance to see so many beautiful places all decked up for Christmas was a real treat, so make sure you check the itinerary for late port departures. Thanks for watching. Now go and watch our transatlantic voyage on Cunard's Queen Mary 2 next.